Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel for another video, guys. I was going to post this video for the last couple of days. I just didn't get around to it until today. And yeah, so today, guys, what we're going to be doing is talking about the best icon moments, guys. Yeah, the best icon moments in FIFA. I have tried out many icons this year. A lot of the moments, probably about at least like 30 to 40% of them, which is a lot considering there's over 100. And not only to mention that, I have also used many primes this year. So there's going to be some players that I'll talk about that I've used their prime, but their moments have some just incredible boost. If you enjoyed the video today, drop a thumbs up. And the reason, this video actually really works, and I know I'm a bit sorry if it gets posted a little bit early compared to the other video I posted. Guys, in the top link in the description down below, if you see this video, we're going to have a video link there, which was a ton of moments packs we opened today. And the reason why I want to get this video up is I've been doing a couple videos this year of best player in each position when I play a lot of games or there's an update with a lot of players at a certain time of the year. And I feel like, a lot of you guys are going to be doing SBCs with icon moments and players like that for the rest of the year now. So, these are the top tier icons. These are the best cards you can get. And so from now until, potentially end of the summer, July, until you guys kind of hang it up on FIFA, you guys quit for the year, you're going to maybe want to use this as a reference. So we're going to have multiple options and multiple levels of players, and I'm just going to be really honest, guys, with players. I'm going to just kind of tell you guys and my experience of players that I think are incredible. So let's get right into it. We're going to kind of do positionally, and then we'll go on to the bench. We'll do a couple other players, and we'll kind of just talk through some players. So first of all, guys, icon moment keepers. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something right now, and, this could be a little bit unpopular. I think every icon moment keeper is amazing this year. And I need to move my face cam down because if I don't, I'm going to be covering all the concept players in this video, which is super unlike me to be unprepared for a video. I've never, ever done that in my life, guys. You need to believe that. But here's the deal. We have three top moments keepers, in my opinion, this year. It's Yashin, it's Czech, and it's Van der Sar. I think those are the best three. I think Schmeichel has moments where he is very good. I think he is an amazing keeper. I still think that the other three are still better, and I think Casillas is very, very good as well. He's got something very similar to Donnarumma, which is that he's extremely fast, and his positioning is really good. So that does make him really good. There's something about Czech, Yashin, and Van der Sar and Yashin that is just amazing. They're all three are incredible. Czech is obviously the cheapest option. He's actually in my main team right now. He's like the main guy that I'm using. All the icon keepers this year are incredible. Seriously, they're much better than every other keeper in the game. I don't know what it is. They've actually done something right this year, EA, with those keepers. Now, we're going to keep it rolling, guys. I don't want to spend too long today. The best icon moment center back is somebody that I haven't used yet. I've only used Prime Maldini. Moments Maldini is most likely going to be, if not the best, top three. Defensive stats, amazing. Reactions, amazing. And he's getting an SBC, which is leaked to come out pretty soon. So keep that in mind. Maldini, for me, is up there. You have a lot of players this year that are very usable if you want to use them. So I wouldn't put Puyol and Baresi in my best, but they have gotten massive pace upgrades to make them a lot more usable. And if you actually look at their in-game stats, they are extremely usable with those defending stats. Now, especially Baresi and Puyol, those guys would be a little bit more usable potentially if you played lower defending. And I would put Nesta in there as well. I actually use Nesta, and I think Nesta's a little bit better than Baresi and Puyol because he has higher acceleration, which is going to make him feel at times less slow. Acceleration is extremely important this year to have as a stat. Nesta's very good for that reason as a cheap option. Other guys that are amazing, and we're going to start kind of rolling down the line here. So Cannavaro, Blanc, Fernando Hierro, Desai, all of these guys are top tier in my books. The best two center backs, in my opinion, for the icons this year is Rio Ferdinand and Maldini. I think these two are the best. I've tried pretty much all of them now at this point. There's something real special about Rio this year. I think he's incredible. And I don't want to spend too long talking about every player in this video because I'm not going to be able to stop recording. If I do that, it's going to be a 40-minute video, which I'm sure some of you guys would like. But I don't want to lose my voice. But yeah, players that I've really, really enjoyed this year. If we were to put a couple of them on the bench and we'd have to go out and replace and kind of come back and get more. I thought for the price, Hierro was amazing. I thought for the price, he was incredible for what I ended up paying. But I do think for the end game FIFA and stuff, the extra 5 pace is really, really important. But Vidic as well was really good. Vidic is one of those guys where he's not really that good in any of his versions because his highest pace, I think, is like 80 or 77. I think it's 78 or 77 on the baby or the prime. So this version got a +7 in pace, and it just made him that much more usable. One thing you'll notice in common about all the icon center backs, they all have high strength, high aggression, high physical. That's what makes them very unique compared to like many gold cards in the game that only have, or promo cards per se, that only guys have, you know, like maybe high pace but not as good on the physical. So, you know, I think all these guys are really good options. I think you gotta put Desai in there as well. And, you know, that's what I would say for the center backs. I think other guys that I really, really enjoyed using is Cannavaro. I would say Cannavaro, Desai, and Vidic. If I would have to go with like a couple others to put on the bench, those would be the other ones that I would really, really recommend. And nice part is a lot of these guys are affordable. You know, the only one that's over $1 million is Maldini. I think Desai is even under $1 million now. And even Maldini, because of the leak, he's down to like 2.5 mil. Let's talk about left backs and right backs. For me, there is 2 left backs actually, but Roberto Carlos is miles clear the best left back in the game, I think, right now. Now you're gonna have a lot of team of the season cards. You're gonna have a lot of foot promo summer cards coming in that are like 5-star, 4-star. I bet EA is gonna invent a 6-star or some shit this summer. I don't even know. But yeah, no, Carlos is crazy. I've played about 700 games with his prime, and this card has a massive shot power, long shot boost, and it has a bunch of added traits that the prime does not have. So this card is really good. I would put him in there. But recently I've been playing against Ashley Cole, and I got to say, like, defensively he's really good. I even tried him out myself. Defensively, very, very good. I think not as great as Carlos going forward, but very, very hard to pass defensively. Reminds me a little bit of Theo Hernandez. Theo Hernandez is very, very hard to pass this year. Right backs, right? This is where it's a bit weird because for me, Carlos Alberto is good. But he's a little bit more of a center back, the way he just feels and plays in game. But he's very good defensively. But if you could slot the guy at center back, he's a little bit better there. Zanetti is like missing a little bit. So I wouldn't put him in my best moments. And I think Zambrotta's good with the 5-star weak foot, but I think at times he just gets a bit not in that top tier category. Like, I just don't see a lot of crazy players using this Zambrotta. Doesn't mean he's not potentially in this video. I think by far the best right back this year for the way the game plays is Cafu. I'm using his prime right now, and I've used most of those moments right backs, and I like Cafu's prime more than any of the moments. But I tried moments Cafu this year when he was like 1.6 mil, and you guys probably saw that in my streams and my gameplay, and God, he was incredible. So I'd put Cafu in the category of my favorite. You know, I mean, obviously the starting 11 that we're gonna make is gonna be insane. You know, that's for sure. So let's get into the midfield now. You know, a lot to talk about there for sure. I'm going to disclude a couple of the attackers. Like Pele, for me, you know, that's an attacker. Let's kind of maybe go through and do like CDM first. We'll work our way up. So in this selection of players here, the best icon CDM out of these ones is Philip Lahm, 100%. The rest of these guys are all very usable. They're just not as good as Lahm. Something about Lahm this year, he's just incredible. All of his versions. A lot of you guys might have tried his mid by this point. I think other players, though, that are good, like Petit got a massive boost this year. I think the problem with Petit is he still feels a little bit stiff, but for a pure defensive DM, he's up there. Makaleli, very, very good. Could very much use him as well if you wanted. I think Essien is also very good. Essien, when I tried him, felt like he was missing a little bit of passion or something. I just wasn't in love with Essien. But let me tell you guys something. All of these CDMs, even Gattuso now, are usable. So when you guys watch this video, these are the moments that I would really recommend to you. But it doesn't mean that if I don't recommend somebody that they're not usable. I think you could use even Pep Guardiola. I know, it pains me to say that. But, like, you could. He's got the pace boost. The dribbling is good. The passing is amazing. You know, you really could use all of these guys this year. So, yeah, with the DM, a lot to like there. Let's go to CM now. Now, for the available CMs, you've got 2 options, in my opinion, that are much greater than everybody, and you've got one specific option that I think is the best. The best option, in my opinion, is Mateus. I think Mateus is better than Vieira, and I think he has been better than Vieira since FIFA. I think he took over last year, FIFA 21. I don't know why. Just feel that way. Maybe a little bit of a bias. No, listen, Mateus Vieira, top 2 for the CM, 100%. Mateus' moments last year was in my endgame team, and he was there for a reason. He was the best DM I could get in the game for my team. I liked him a little bit more, and I think the thing is there's 2 differences when you talk about Vieira and Mateus. And the difference for me, guys, is this. Vieira is more of a player that is perfect for somebody that you're defending a little bit more. You're looking for some guy to just secure the ball at all times for you. But the thing that I think makes Mateus a little bit more unique in comparison to Vieira is his ability to help you build, his long shots, and his very secret attacking capability. I think he's also a little bit more annoying than Vieira in the way that, yes, he's not as strong, but he has that Conte feeling in game. That's why I also really like Lam, because Lam also feels very like that in game, where they just are constantly pestering and annoying the opponent. When I play against Conte in FIFA, I go crazy in the head. I think that's what these 2 guys make you feel this year. Vieira is incredible, though, and Vieira is a pro player card. You know, you'll see Vieira in pro players' teams. I wonder, actually, at this point, which one is more expensive on the market. So Vieira was like Vieira's 2 mil, like 2-1, and Mateus is what price? What price is Mateus? Mateus is 2.4. So Mateus is a little bit more. And then one other midfielder that I did just see there that I do think is very good and very fun to use is Xavi. I think Xavi's also very good. I also think Pirlo with the 5-5 is really interesting now. Just think he lacks defensively and physically, so it's kind of like, what do you do with him? Because he's not really good enough to play the cam unless you're very talented, because he's low 80s and those stats. Xavi is very good because Xavi is just amazing with dribbling, and he's got these amazing passes in game that he does that are very similar to Zidane. So we'll definitely put Xavi in there. And obviously we've got a couple more center mids that we'll talk about that are in different positions, but we'll get to that. So right mid, I know we're working our way up here. I think out of these 3, Schweinsteiger would be my favorite. I recently just tried him. I thought he was incredible. So I think for the price, you know, he does have an icon as we see out right now. I absolutely love him. I thought in terms of just a ball-winning center mid, he was amazing. Right wings, there's actually a couple, and it's these 2. Garrincha and Best are both phenomenal this year. So if you're looking for a right wing, both of these icons are going to do you a service. They are amazing in game. Both of them. Best, I've not tried Best past the 90, but the 90 they dropped this year is insane. Very, very good player in game. So, you know, it can only let you imagine how crazy this card actually is in game. Crazy finishing, obviously, crazy dribbling. It's just an incredible card. And I think the thing with Best is that you can really use this guy as a striker or a winger. He's really great in both positions. So, like George Best a lot. I think Garrincha shocked me. If you didn't see my Garrincha review this year, I have his prime, but his moments is like a different level. This card is moving different. It feels like a 5-star skill team of the year Messi, if I were to basically compare it to anybody. Okay, left mids, moving on. Okay, I'm going to be honest, guys. None of these left mids I love in game this year. I think out of all these guys, Haji's probably the coolest one to use because he got the 5-star weak foot. None of those cards are amazing. I think Seedorf is okay in the midfield, but there's way better center mids. And then you've obviously got Moments Ronaldinho, right? This card is sensational, and he's the cheapest he's ever been in any FIFA because of the way that EA are handling the market this year, which is turning out to be a massive W. He's 5.3 mil on the market. So it's pretty incredible to see, but the way that EA are actually handling the market this year is turning out to be a win because most FIFAs, this beautiful card is more than like 10 million coins, and he's 5.3 mil. So there you go. Okay, now we're moving up, and we've got 4 positions left. We've got Cam, center mid, or Cam, center forward, and striker. So we've got 3 positions left. Out of the Cams, obviously, you know, for the box-to-box, as I was talking about, there's going to be more. Zidane is incredible this year. I think this is Zidane's best year on FIFA. I've been playing with his baby all year. He's just crazy. 5-star, 5-star. Zidane, with all these traits, we're seeing the highest emphasis on traits this year because of the animations that EA added, right? There's so many new animations in this FIFA, and that's why everybody with certain traits just becomes way better. Zidane has these crazy passing animations he does this year that not a lot of people do. I think Xavi does them, De Bruyne. Some players in this game, the way they pass the ball through the midfield, when you do like a long through ball, I mean, it just hits it on a dime. And Zidane is incredible. Now, they also gave Zidane this year a gigantic balance boost. I believe it. I think it was balance or agility. I think it was both, but I think he got one boost in agility or balance. I could actually take a look. So it's 9388. And if I went to actually go look on the Zidane that I have in my club, which is the baby, he has 7785. So we got the agility boost, and it has just made him out of this world. So he's incredible this year. If you guys, have not tried him yet, I would highly recommend it. He's getting cheaper. He's like 3.5 mil. Well, I tried him out the other day at 4 mil, and he's already 3.5 mil. So Zidane, definitely. Maradona is, I don't know if it's his best year, because I thought moments of Maradona the last 2 years was crazy, but on paper, it's his best year because he does now have a 4-star weak foot. And Maradona's problem has always been he's got a 3-star weak foot. If people could ever get their hands on a Maradona with 4-star weak foot, they would always do it, because Maradona has some of the best dribbling in this game and some of the best animations. So great to see this. If you're going to look at a downside, you would say it's the stamina with the 81. That's the only downside with this card. And he's actually out of packs now, so he's a lot more stable on the market. Pele, it's crazy because I also think it's Pele's best year. I have the Prime. I've never used the Pele in FIFA that's been this good, and I've tried out Pele every year. Last year he had a lot of hype. He was like 15 mil. I mean, Pele this year is just different. He's amazing in game. So again, it's also like the cheapest year for Pele. Pele, he's 5'4" right now, but he was like 5 mil yesterday. So crazy to see the prices you get your hands on some of these players at. I don't even know what's Maradona at nowadays. So Maradona's 5.5. So it's pretty crazy. I mean, those two guys, you can literally get those two guys for that price, which is just out of this world crazy. Other cams, by the way, this team looks crazy with the players we have in this team. I mean, you can just see how crazy it is. But other cams that I think are decent. I don't love Baggio because of the shot power. I think Riquelme is usable now. Rivaldo has the 3-star weak foot. Nedved, I think, deserves some love, but I think he's still a little bit low on agility and balance. More of a center mid at the top meta. Kaká is incredible this year. 5-star skills and a 4-star weak foot. Very good card. Would definitely put him in to this selection of players. JJ also is really, really interesting. I think JJ has a little bit, something going for him this year. I think the finishing is obviously very low, but they upgraded this card massively compared to the Prime. This card has a much better card than the Prime. So this card would interest me as well. I actually haven't tried this card specifically, which I need to. I wonder what his price is on the market. He's like 500K. I mean, I think this card, if you're good at skilling, would be amazing. All right, moving on. We're gonna go to the strikers now, guys. Talk about a couple of the guys that I really like as striker. Obviously, moments are 9, but who's gonna really be able to afford this card? So let's move on. We don't even have to talk about that. You guys already know. Now, second best striker in this game, in my opinion, and we're talking pure striker. We forgot something. Hold on. We forgot something. We forgot the center forwards. God, I'm sorry. I done you guys wrong there. I thought I was on the last position, but I was not. I was not done just yet. Now, okay. Cruyff, Cantona, Hullet, Eusebio. These 4 guys built different. Now, 2 of these guys specifically are extremely built different, and I would say those would be Cruyff and Hullet. Cruyff got his best card he's ever had. Now, he's had other cards in FIFAs that were like 96s with better base stats and stuff like that. Why this card is the best ever is Cruyff's only problem in FIFA. His only problem has been his balance. And EA this year gave him a balance boost of like, I think 10. It was something crazy. Like, he's always been in the low 80s for the balance. So this should be the most incredible Cruyff card, dribbling-wise, we've ever had. Now, guys, Hullet is also obviously in that category of just super elite players. The guy is broken every year, and this year I think he's a lot better than last year. Last year he kind of wasn't as good. You didn't see him in as many teams because of the amount of midfielders that EA brought out. But I've been playing against the Prime a ton recently, and just crazy. Cantona's an amazing striker. I think he was a little bit better last year, but still very good this year. His nickname is Jamtona. I couldn't even say that. Yeah, that's what his nickname is in game. And the reason for that is that he's so hard to tackle that he usually just gets, if you start skilling, you just start skilling through center backs with Cantona. Eusebio's also just crazy. I tried him out the other day. I mean, for a guy that, he's not too unique in the flair, but the ability to just run in behind, turn and shoot, and do that at a very, in an agile state is making, this card a lot different than others. I think Bergkamp is interesting with a 5-star weak foot, but I still wouldn't put him in the mix for the video. And then I think Del Piero, Del Piero did get a massive balance boost, but I think Del P's time in FIFA is just a little bit over. You know, he used to be crazy a couple years ago with the low-driven meta. Since that, he's not been as good. Now, obviously, we said R9. Puskás, for me, I haven't tried this version yet, but I can't wait to try him because Puskás actually looks like a god. Like 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. I mean, he actually statistically looks better than most icons. You know, R9 maybe you'd look at would be the guy, you know, that would be actually better. But, I mean, it just looks like an absolutely incredible card, this Puskás. I mean, the reactions, the long shots, the short passing, you know, the pace. It's actually an incredible card. So, these two guys, obviously Puskás, R9 are up there. I think Henry this year, I tried him out. Still in game, they don't do Henry justice because he was really good in real life. Obviously, you guys know that. But, you know, did get a balance boost. Still not in that, like, elite category of players that I would say. If I were to put a couple other players, I think, in the elite category, I would actually put Butragueño, guys, because of the way that the game this year works on PS5 with getting into the middle and doing the extra pass. I think with Butra's left stick dribbling, although he doesn't have the skills, his finishing is so good on both feet, and his dribbling responsiveness is so good that it makes him just a super elite striker. I actually think Stoichkov as well, with the 4-4, should be in there to be mentioned because Stoichkov is amazing on all of his other cards, but he got the 3-star weak foot. So now that he's 4-4, I think it's a lot more interesting. I think Rooney also, you know, for me, Rooney's more of a, you know, a get-in-behind striker or even a center mid. And then other than that, you know, I think that's probably where we ended. So, I mean, guys, yeah, that would be, obviously, you know, this team is not the best, right? But these were all the players this year that I would most likely recommend. I feel like these are the best icons you can use in the game. Obviously, it's in my opinion video, guys. So, you know, not everything is going to be perfect. But, you know, you look at this page right here, I'd take all these players. And so, I think for you guys, man, it's just going to depend on, you know, what works for your team. I think budget-wise, it's really great, though, because when we take a look at the team that I have right now, right, you have so many players that are like 2 mil or under. I mean, really everybody except Zidane, Dino, Pele, Maradona, Maldini, and Ronaldo are all 2 mil or under. Even Vieira, I mean, Vieira and Mateus are like that low 2 mil. Same thing with Maldini even. So that's a big win for me, the way that I see it. But, yeah, guys, I think this was a good time to kind of talk about some of my favorite moments this year. Just kind of timing-wise around them dropping more moments content. Obviously, now we're going to get, like, daily moment SBCs. So, thanks for watching, guys. If you guys want an updated video on, like, best players, we could do that similar to this, but we'll do it before Team of the Season, maybe, like, a week or two before, just to update with all the new cards that we've got in the game. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys. Peace.